All right, get ready for this. Because this deep dive
Oh, yeah.
is, it's a tough one, but it's an important one.
Yeah.
Looking at a landmark trial in France involving Gisele Pelicot and Gisele.
51 men.
Wow, yeah, 51 defendants.
51 defendants in a single case.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And this trial really kind of, sent shockwaves across the globe. Not just because of the number of people involved, but also the nature of the crimes.
Yeah.
The incredible strength displayed by Ms. Pelicot.
Yeah, it's a remarkable story. And I think to really understand it, we need to consider the context.
Yeah.
This wasn't just about legal proceedings. This was about, confronting this.
Yeah.
Deeply ingrained culture of silence that surrounds sexual abuse. And
Yeah.
so for Gisele Pelicot to waive her anonymity,
Right.
which is, a right usually given to victims of sexual assault, and demand a public trial. I mean, that was unheard of.
That must have taken such courage.
Yeah, it did.
But I mean, why go public? What was she hoping to achieve? I think she wanted the truth to be known. She didn't want it to be whispered about. She didn't want to carry that burden of shame and secrecy.
Right.
And I think this act of defiance, of refusing to be silenced, really resonated with people.
Yeah.
Far beyond just France's borders.
Absolutely. So let's dig into this a little bit. So the central figure, Dominique Pelicot, was Gisele's husband at the time. What role did he play in all of this?
So Dominique Pelicot confessed to repeatedly drugging Gisele and orchestrating these assaults, inviting these men to their home while she was unconscious. He even filmed the acts.
It's just sickening.
It is.
So who were these 51 men? What were their roles?
So they came from all walks of life. Some were acquaintances of Dominique. Others were complete strangers. Some were more active participants than others. But I think what's crucial is that each was held accountable for their actions. Nearly all were convicted of rape. And the total sentences handed down exceeded 400 years.
Yeah, that's a staggering
Figures.
But what gets me is that Mrs. Pelicot insisted on having the videos that Dominique recorded shown in court. That seems incredibly difficult. Why was that so important to her?
I don't think it was about revenge or sensationalizing the events. I think she wanted to confront the perpetrators with the undeniable evidence of their crimes. She wanted the court, the public, everyone, to see the cold, hard truth. It was about stripping away any pretense of ambiguity, about forcing people to acknowledge the brutality of what happened.
And this brings us back to her decision to waive anonymity.
Right.
By doing so, she shifted the focus from protecting the victim's privacy to exposing the perpetrators.
And holding them accountable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And her courage really challenged the traditional narrative around sexual assault.
Right.
And it sparked a ripple effect that extended far beyond the courtroom.
Yeah. What were some of the tangible outcomes of this case? Did it lead to any legal reforms or shifts in societal attitudes? Well, her bravery really ignited a movement in France. There was a surge in public discourse surrounding sexual violence, consent, and victim blaming support services. For survivors, saw a significant increase in demand.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's big. And several high-profile figures spoke out against the culture of silence. It even prompted legislative reviews regarding consent laws and the handling of sexual assault cases.
So her actions weren't just symbolic, they had real-world impact.
Absolutely. I think what Gisele Pelicot did was nothing short of revolutionary. She gave a voice to countless survivors who had been silenced and empowered them to come forward and demand justice.
It's truly remarkable. And outside the court, she made this statement that really stuck with me. She said, "I still believe in humanity's capacity for harmony, respect, and understanding."
Wow, what a powerful statement.
I know, just amazing.
Yeah, and it's a testament to her resilience and her belief that change is possible. But it also raises an important question for us. What lasting impact will this trial have on the legal system and societal attitudes towards sexual assault?
Yeah, that is a question that we need to think about. And this deep dive may have been, a difficult one. But Gisele Pelicot's story leaves us with a sense of hope and a call to action. So how can we, as individuals, contribute to a world where harmony, respect, and understanding prevail?
That's the question.
It is. It is the question. And maybe it's something to think about. Maybe do some research on your own. Look at some similar cases or awareness campaigns. But change starts with awareness. And that's something that we can all participate in.
Absolutely. We can all make a difference.
Yeah. All right. That's it for today. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.